I read this Deadline article about how streaming audiences are not leaving movie theaters for streaming. I do think a level of this is bullshit. But if you really think about it, it isn't completely that. Streaming is mostly TV focused, like television shows. What do you hear about the most? Well, there were recent talks about The Boys. There's always people talking about Stranger Things. All these TV shows coming up. Dark Crystal shows. It's all about what shows are available. Netflix has marketed their entire streaming service off binge watching. Okay, nobody gives a crap about their movies that much. They're garbage. Like, I don't even know when their movies are coming out. I know just about every movie that comes out, okay? I don't know half of the Netflix movies. And the article said that most of people don't, like a third of Netflix's streaming audience is not watching the movies. So, yeah, that makes perfect sense. So here's the thing. We have this, it's estimated now that most moviegoers go to the movies 5 times a year. Now, if you look at Disney, there's been 5 movies that have made $1 billion. All under Disney in this year. You see the problem here? No variety. Disney is buying up companies like Fox, like Marvel, and buying up brands and stuff like Marvel and Star Wars. And they are putting out sequels, pumping franchises to where there's nothing else playing in the theaters. The movie I wanted to go see, Blinded by the Light, yesterday, could not go see at all unless I saw it at Studio Movie Grill, which is not my normal theater I go to. I actually go to Edwards more because it's cheaper, and I don't have people walk in front of me serving food and crap. So that's why I go there. That's why I went there to go see Blinded by the Light. It's estimated that I don't know if this is true, but I'm pretty dead sure it's true that Disney pays the theaters to show their movies longer. Black Panther was not making any money when Infinity War came out, but they were still showing that movie. Toy Story 4 isn't making that much money. Most theaters will pull that movie out by now, but it just cost $1 billion because Disney forced it to make $1 billion. They kept it in theaters so that way they can at least say it made $1 billion. It wasn't going to make $1 billion. Now, it still would have made $1 billion with home video sales, but, I'm just saying, it was dumb. Not every movie you make has to make $1 billion. And I'm really sad. And I think also part of it is people don't want to see sequels and remakes unless they're Disney ones, which makes no sense to me. But here's the thing. Disney has all these brands. So people are going to go to the stuff they recognize and forget everything else. Because that's what the audience Disney has created. This is why Disney needs to die as a company. And they are going to die in this decade. They spent $4.4 billion buying Star Wars and a bunch of other companies that George Lucas owned and Lucasfilm and all that stuff. And they're losing money on toy sales on Star Wars. They're losing money on all kinds of stuff when it comes to Star Wars films. There are tons of movies that they're making that are bombing because they have so many movies coming out that they can't make money. Disney now owns X-Men Dark Phoenix. They released it in June, after Endgame and Aladdin and all this stuff, all these Disney movies, right? And then you got Toy Story 4. So, they actually forced the movie to make less money. Of course, Disney will never admit this. They did the same thing with Solo. They put it right next to Avengers Infinity War and Deadpool 2. And why? Because Disney is so big as a company that they kill themselves. And they bought Fox. And now they're losing money because they bought Fox. Fox was expensive, and so they're killing all the original projects, and they're going, well, let's reboot Alien, let's reboot Home Alone, let's reboot Die Hard. Even though nobody wants that. Nobody. Nobody's going, yes, please, could you reboot Home Alone? That thing that was so 90s it wouldn't work today? Because, hello? Oh, yeah, there's some burglars coming to my house at 9 o'clock. Thanks. Movie over. His family's rich. You really think they're not going to give him a cell phone? Night at the Museum is a TV show, too. I think some of these franchises are like, okay, that makes sense. Diary of a Wimpy Kid, a TV show, that would make sense. You know, same thing with Night Museum movies, but are you kidding me? With, like, some of this stuff is just like, why are we rebooting Die Hard? Why are we rebooting Alien? Why are we rebooting Home Alone? It's just like, oh my gosh. And they're milking out remakes, too. Remakes, everyone says, oh, I don't want sequels and remakes. Well, guess what? What the hell is wrong with you? Why they make billions of dollars on Disney remakes? They sell you the same movie again, but worse, and you go see it. I see it. I saw Lion King because I wanted to write a review for it on here, so you guys wouldn't go see it. Most people who watch that video guaranteed saw the movie. Guaranteed. I'm not even joking. And it pisses me off. Highest grossing animated film that Disney won't even say is an animated film. Are you kidding me? This animation, the animation is so underappreciated because stupid pieces of shit like Disney forced it to happen. If the biggest animation studio in the world, an animation company in the world, is not calling their highest grossing animated movie a animated film, something has been seriously messed up. I don't like Disney, if you can't tell. It's not that Disney hasn't made anything good this decade, because they made some good stuff, let's be real. You know, some of the Pixar movies that came out this decade weren't that bad. Some of the Marvel movies weren't that bad. Most of them were just mediocre pieces of garbage that people overpraised, especially Avengers Endgame, which I just rewatched today because I enjoyed the movie. So don't get me wrong, it doesn't mean I didn't like the movie, but it's not a good movie. It is even worse on rewatches. The comedy is so cringy. But you know, this is where we're at. Disney is pushing political agendas, which is also pushing people out of theaters. I don't know if this is true, but I have a hunch that Disney is trying to kill the theater market. Because, it's like this. You kill the theater market, and then they go, hey, check out our streaming service. Because we got all the good stuff that you actually want. I don't think that's true, because they got that Lady and Tramp remake, and that Home Alone remake, and that bull crap. But, you know, I'm just saying, it's something that could be happening. Maybe, maybe not. Highly doubt that. I mean, studios are not that smart people. I mean, those people are theorizing that the Sonic movie was purposely made to look bad. Are you kidding me? No. No. Just, hell no. It's just not true. Yeah. So, I think we're at this point where Disney's killing the theater market. And yes, there are people who are like, why would I go see that movie? Wait till it comes to Netflix, which is a horrible mentality. Just is. But most people do that with movies that they are going to be decent. The movies that they really want to see, which is the Disney garbage, they go see. Disney has killed so many movies. Godzilla, King of Monsters, guarantee would have made more money. But you got all these big blockbusters coming out that month. Shazam would have made more money. But you got all those you got Captain Marvel coming out that month, so nobody sees it. Right? Nobody even knows what the hell is it about because Warner Brothers really didn't spend that much money marketing the damn thing. Seriously, go see Shazam. It's freaking good. And enough with this Captain Marvel feminist bullshit. Like, seriously, I don't like to cuss, but this is nonsense. What Disney has done to the theater industry, to the You know, I don't even like going to theaters. It just depresses me because you got these families who are like, let's go see the Disney movie and talk the whole way through the movie. Because they don't like the movie. I swear, Disney remakes, Disney movies like Toy Story 4, kids talk the most in those because they don't like them. They want to watch the animated versions. They would prefer it. They may not have ever seen them. Kids don't like them. Kids don't actually even really know what they like. But you can tell when a kid's not interested in something. When they're talking. Mommy, when are we going to go home? Mommy, oh, I'm bored. When is it going to be over? Mommy, when am I going to Grandma and Grandpa's after this? You know, stuff like that. Stop. Your kids don't like them. You're seeing them because you have nostalgia for it. And you want to show your kids the new version of the thing that you grew up with. Even though your kid hates it. All the kids in the Lion King remake hated the movie. Hated it. Hated it. Parents were just there because they had nostalgia. And they were taking their kids and going, hey, it's Joy. And they just were so bored. They would not shut the hell up. And kids don't really talk as much as movies as you think. I've had plenty of movies where I've gone to and the parents are like, all right, Timmy, you need to be quiet now. And then they talk more than the kid. So don't even give me this crap. Like, kids talk in movies, so they don't really enjoy anything. So yeah, that's what I think about the death of streaming. Not death of streaming, death of theaters. It's not real. It's not. Streaming is not killing theaters. Disney is. They're actually killing the entire entertainment industry. They're pushing political agendas. They're making bad products that make so much money that nobody wants to make anything good anymore. And everything else. And I love film, and it's dying. It's dying this decade. That was no joke in my Blinded by the Light video, where I said that is one of the best films I've seen in the last 5 years. Because it is. I don't get out to the movies as much as I would like to. At least years ago, I would go to the movie like every other weekend. Well, every weekend. Now I'm going every 2-3 weeks. Sometimes I only go once in a month. It's very disappointing and sad. The films I want to see, I have to go out of town, see them at a different theater, because Disney has bloated the box office. You got to remember, Disney pays them more money to keep the films in there. So when they're paying more money for a film in there, do you think they're going to have room to show any movies that they don't think are, movies like Blinded by the Light and stuff? No. So there's going to be a select group of theaters that are showing that. It's true. It's dead freaking true. Believe me. Disney is going to die this decade. They're going to get too big and they're going to kill themselves. And then when Bob Iger leaves in a couple of years, they're going to get a new guy to run it all, and he's going to fix it all and make Disney a good company again. And then it's going to go right back the next decade to being a piece of garbage and a load of bullshit, because that's what happens with Disney. It happens every decade. They get one decade where they're good, then they get another decade when they go south, and then it just keeps going back and forth. It's happened since like their inception. They make a bunch of good movies, then the next guy leaves, and the next people take over, suck at what they're doing. I'm just saying, it happens. It happens. Like, believe me.